Hello, and welcome to me talking about other people's lives. Or in this case, um, I guess media or like an entity. If you want to see more of me talking about, just my opinions, and obviously I'm always right, make sure to hit that subscribe down below, turn on the bell. I would really, I'd appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. Video games. You gotta love them, right? They're fun, they're an escape. You can play with friends, you can play alone. You can be in a completely different world while sitting in a chair. And recently, I've had this problem where I don't find video games very fun anymore. And I don't necessarily mean like some of the older releases, but a lot of the newer releases are just not fun. And even then, the older releases that I'm talking about only became fun a couple years later after their release. For example, Battlefront. Battlefront 2 was supposed to be huge when it launched, but instead kind of made people extremely disappointed in companies. Battlefront 2 had a lot of issues on release. One of the main issues players had was that progression was locked behind loot boxes. Core characters like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker were locked behind loot boxes, and unlocking them through gameplay would take dozens of hours. For example, 40 plus for one character. Alternatively, people could pay their real life money, their real hard earned money, uh, to open the loot boxes. So, we love that pay to play, even though you paid for the whole game, and then you have to pay for more in the game. So the game used randomized loot boxes containing star cards that boosted stats, like damage, health, and cooldowns. This meant players could literally buy power and dominate in multiplayer. So when it first came out, I remember people being OP because they were paying to win. Like literally, that's all you have to do. You just have to pay some, and boom, you'll be the perfect Grievous or whatever you want to be. It essentially turns skill based combat into a wallet based advantage. So EA literally broke a record and had the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. And that's like kind of hard to do because there's some insane takes on Reddit. EA responded, "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes." Yeah, this got over 680,000 downvotes. Obviously, memes came from this. Countries actually like Belgium and the Netherlands investigated these loot boxes because they wanted to make sure it was not illegal gambling. Battlefront 2 became a case study in predatory microtransactions. Literally, it drew the attention from governments and became a case study. You know they put their players first. You know they're a good company when they become a case study. After they responded, they disabled all the microtransactions and they reworked the progression system. The least they could do. Eventually, they removed the pay to win mechanics uh, entirely, but it was kind of too late. It tanked the game's reputation, it hurt sales, it made it a terrible experience for the players, and it was not fun. That game was not fun when it first came out. They kind of had a comeback recently, and I gotta admit, it is kind of fun. All the characters are pretty much unlocked now, but I had some fun playing it, not gonna lie. And I'm pretty sure there is no pay options anymore. I could be wrong about that. There's probably a few. Now let's talk about a game that went in the complete opposite direction. Overwatch. Yeah, I know Overwatch is kind of laughable and a meme now, but it used to be one of the biggest games besides like Minecraft and Tetris. In 2016, they literally won Game of the Year at Game Awards. It was critically acclaimed, it was popular, it had huge influence. I guess they took advice from Battlefront 2 because they made Overwatch 2 and decided to make it free and base everything on microtransactions. Of course. Of course, because that's what we want. We want microtransactions. So, of course, this caused huge issues within the community. A lot of people stopped playing because of it, me included. I remember I bought the game. I paid full price for the game, and I was kind of confused when Overwatch 2 came out because I was like, well, so people don't have to pay for the full game now, but I paid for the full game and I have to pay for microtransactions if I want stuff? No. No, it's not gonna work like that. So I stopped playing Overwatch, which kind of embarrassing, but it was a game that I actually really enjoyed. But they completely fucked themselves. They didn't care about their player base, they only cared about money, and it's not fun anymore. It's just not fun. Not to mention, the crossplay made it so difficult for me on PlayStation to even get a single kill on PC players. And that might just be because I'm bad. Like that might just be because I'm bad. I don't know. I feel like and I know you could turn it off too, but like I don't know. And of course Blizzard has all these other controversies associated with them. The main issue people had with Overwatch 2 was that like it was not a sequel. This is not a sequel. It is just the same thing except now you have to pay for it. Blech. It's scummy. It's a scummy company. To mention their co-op campaign style of player versus everyone that they promised and was the main reason for Overwatch 2 coming out, and they just lied straight to our faces. They lied. You also literally cannot play Overwatch 1 anymore because it's the same game. It's literally just the same game with 2 slapped on top of it. The launch of it, of course, they had a DDoS attack, server issues, and bugs. They broke another record. Their record was 1.4 out of 10 from the Metacritic user score. That is a new record! Congratulations, Blizzard! Congratulations. It was entirely just a downgrade. Just entirely downgraded. I'm gonna talk about one more older game before I move into the new releases that were not fun for me. But No Man's Sky. I love No Man's Sky now. I love it now. But it had the same issue as Battlefront 2 where people really, really disliked it on release. And I mean, I kind of understood this one. It was super boring. Like, you couldn't find players whatsoever. There was nothing. There was no planets. You'd fly around for hours and not find a single thing. Which is, I mean, that's what. That's kind of like real. That's kind of real space. So, it was just like kind of empty. But they worked on it and they continued working on it. And it's really, really fun now. It's kind of hard to. There's a learning curve for sure. But you can definitely see other players now. You can team up with other players. Like most of them are from outside of America, so if you want to meet someone abroad, and that's a way. But I have the same issue where I love this game, but it's just not fun anymore. It's super tedious. You have to fly back and forth. Getting all your materials is super tedious. Real space would be worse and way more boring, and you'd have to do way more stuff. But I don't know. It's a game. I wanted at least a little bit of like relaxation time in the game. You know what I mean? But it's just like constant grinding, constant grinding. Okay, now for more recent games. Obviously, a very controversial one, Cyberpunk 2077.
Robbed. Whoa! Is she okay? Is he a good Samaritan checking on her? Is she? What? No. Oh, he's so shocked. What? Oh! Oh my god. Oh, she's back. Oh! Oh my god!
Now, personally, I don't really care for the story that much. It's okay or whatnot, but it was horrible to play on console. I downloaded it and I could not even get past the first 5 minutes of it because of how buggy it was. It would crash every, like, literally, I'm not exaggerating, like every minute and 30 seconds. They gave me a refund, obviously, because there was all those refunds and a lawsuit filed. I hear it's good now after major patches, but like, is it really that fun? Like, am I really gonna go back and pay for it and play it? No. No, it's just not appealing. It's not appealing. This might be a little triggering to some people, but Marvel's Adventures is kind of a little. It's a little. I don't. How do I put this lightly? It's not my favorite. It's okay. It's Overwatch, basically. It's literally just Overwatch with superheroes that are, have that branded stamp on them. And obviously, microtransactions are, you know. Another game I really, really dislike and regret purchasing is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It wasn't good. The last game I played before that was Pokemon Black and White 2. Now that was a good game. That was a really good game. But then I went over to Scarlet and Violet, being older, and I was just like, this is lame, this is boring, this is repetitive, this is easy, this is really easy. I don't know, it felt like a kid's game. It definitely felt like a kid's game. And I understand like Pokemon is for kids, and I probably feel different because I'm older now, but I don't know, because I've replayed Black and White too, and I still have the same, like, I still have the same awe for it. But Scarlet and Violet just really didn't hit the mark for me. They also released Scarlet and Violet with a lot of bugs and a lot of issues. Just like all the games recently. I guess they just don't like polishing their games now. They don't like making sure that their games like complete. I just want to feel that like brain breaking moment where I'm like, I've never played a game this good before. Like when I was like 8 playing Pokemon Black and White 2, my mind was literally like blown. I was like, wow. Like I didn't know that you could do storytelling like this. And there was like no microtransactions. There was barely, I mean, there was more online features than the previous games, the most probably before the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch and all that came out. It probably had the most online features of a game from that time, but there was no microtransactions. They didn't like you bought the game and that's it. I've played a mini game in my day, and a lot of the games just don't hit the mark for me. Like when I'm playing, I want to be enthralled in that universe. I want to know the NPCs. I want to live like I want to live in that world. You know what I mean? Sure, call it escapism or whatever, but like I just need to like feel something from the main characters, if that makes sense. And a couple honorable mentions for games that I really did enjoy that were very well reviewed after release and were overall playable. And some of those include Red Dead 2, obviously the storytelling, it's so good. And Red Dead 1 too. Like Red Dead, the story was amazing. The gameplay was amazing. You actually felt like you were in the world. You could go hunting, you could actually talk to people in the game, all the NPCs. It was just such an amazing game. Another really well received game was God of War, which I also loved. The story was great. Some of the Norse mythology was a little bit wrong. Still, really great game nonetheless. Gameplay was amazing. Another one similar to that was Elden Ring. People loved Elden Ring. I haven't played it yet, but I really want to. I'm just scared it will be too hard for me. A Nintendo game that was really good was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That one was another one where you could really live in the world. You were there. It was so huge. It was amazing. The storytelling was also very good. Another really, really good game, one of my favorite games. It has really good storytelling, really good metaphors, just really good overall. It's beautiful too. Is a little bit of a rare one, but it's called Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And as you can see, it's just beautiful. It is such a beautiful game. The gameplay is amazing. The design is immaculate. The storytelling is great. I won't give it away. You should go play it. So, overall, why is gaming a lot less fun? Well, probably because of companies' greedy little pockets. They make games feel like they are now just trying to reach into your wallets and grab every little cent that you earn, just so you can have fun playing the game. And that's not fun. That's not fun. Grinding constantly and paying for that grinding is like that's just real life. Like I don't want to do that. That's not fun. Anyway, if you liked me just talking about my opinions on random things that I enjoy, make sure to subscribe, like, uh, comment your opinion on any of the games I mentioned, or any games you hated on release, or maybe even some games that you loved on release. Let me know in the comments.